All right, so for the next three problems we have solving equations. Okay, and for all of these, what I'm thinking about is my reverse order of operations, which is SAD MEP. Now, for some of these, it's not as important. The other thing I'm thinking is I need to make sure that they're simplified before I go to solve them. So let's look at this first one. Negative 5x minus 5 equals 25. Is this simplified? Well, there's nothing I can do over here. They're not like terms. There's no parentheses, no multiplication, nothing that I can simplify or over here. So this is ready to go. So I'm going to remember SAD MEP. Subtraction and addition. I got to get rid of that first. I see a minus 5, so that's my first step. I need to get rid of that. Remember, you always use the inverse operation, so the opposite. You're going to add 5 to both sides. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0, which basically doesn't do anything for us. So we can pull down this negative 5x, pull down our equals. 25 plus 5 is 30. Okay, now I have multiplication right here. Okay, how am I going to get rid of negative 5? Well, I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. Okay, and those cancel out because negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. We end up with x equals 30 divided by negative 5, which is negative 6. You could put that in your calculator and it could give you that answer. Okay, for this next one, 6 over 5x equals 6. This is when we have a fraction times a variable, and I want to get rid of that fraction so I can multiply by the reciprocal. This is a slightly different process than our SAD MEP because it's kind of a cheat, sort of, but it works because it gets us what we want. Why? Because 5 and 5 is 1, 6 over 6 is 1, so this is just like a big 1x, which is really just x. Pull down my equal sign. Now we got to multiply this. How do you multiply this? Well, you take 6 times 5. You just take the number times the numerator. 6 times 5 is 30, right? 30 over 6. And you keep the denominator. And you can simplify that. 30 over 6 is 5. Okay. Finally, we have this one. So for this one, what we want to do first, again, I'm thinking about simplifying. Well, I notice that there's this distribution thing that we see. It's a number right before, or sorry, a term right before the parentheses. We can distribute this first. That's going to make this a simpler problem to deal with. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Pull down my equal 5. Okay. Now I can go ahead and solve this using my inverse operations. Okay, so now I'm thinking SAD MEP, so subtraction and addition comes first. We have minus 6. We're going to add 6 to both sides. Boom. We pull down our 2x. 2x. Pull down our equals. 5 plus 6 is 11. And we are going to extend this a little bit. We're going to divide both sides now by 2. Okay, and we're going to end up with a decimal here. But is it a perfect decimal? Well, let's see. 11 divided by 2. Where's my calculator? 11 divided by 2. Check with your calculator. 5.5. That decimal stops. So that's perfect. That we can use that. So x equals 5.5. Or I'd be totally fine if you put x equals 11 over 2. Either one is fine. Either one. There you go.